Oh, cool. So I'm seeing this now on the Patreons and the YouTube. So hey everybody, how are you? I hope you're doing great. We're getting back into the weeklies. So let's just get into it. We'll start with Aries. Divine guidance and loving clarity is the intention. Really happy to be here. I hope you guys are doing good. So there's an eclipse happening this week. And I believe it's in Libra. I could be wrong, but again, there's a lot of work happening in our relationships, rebalancing things, looking at what's working, what isn't. Okay, Aries. So there's a potential for revelatory information coming through, or just having new insights that liberate you from maybe like a falsity around the family and your idea of a super joyful, happy family. And then there's a little bit of a maybe emotional, like, okay, so what am I going to do with all this? And how am I going to organize all this information? Because eventually you're going to want to get to calmer waters, right? Mentally speaking. So you've released yourself from something. You're having, again, like new insights that liberate you. And yet that could shift or alter your sense of family and also just the home life. Having to reorganize your perception or your heart center connection, your emotional connection to home and family, to move yourself to calmer waters. Any more divine guidance, loving clarity for Aries? Divine guidance and loving clarity for Aries. Yeah, it's really all about you being able to move to calmer waters mentally. Yeah, Emperor, there you are, Aries. So there you're coming into a greater sense of empowerment, but it might come through a sense of instability or overwhelm emotionally. But again, the energy was saying like allowing one perception to dissolve and then kind of open the Pandora's box and discern from a place of empowerment, integrity. This is what I want. This is what I need, whatever. Like feeling really masterful, actually, after receiving this information, working through it, letting go of stuff, possibly, right? I feel like it's ideas around family, thought forms, beliefs, right, that you have around the familial relationship or construct. And you're just going, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. It throws stuff up in the air, ultimately leading you to a greater sense of power and getting to that sense of moving to calmer waters mentally. Okay, Aries, that's your week ahead. Thank you so much. Let's move on. So we've got Taurus. Again, these are like, you could align it with cross-watching energy, timeless energy even. If you resonate with a Taurus or working with a Taurus. Yeah, so you guys, this looks like an energy of renewal. It's definitely stepping into new energy. Letting go of the past, right? There's a release here of just past pains, burdens, betrayal. You're really going, enough. I gotta step into this new thought form. I have to step into this new story kind of energy as well. Yeah. Ooh, if I wasn't sure, I'm sure now. There's the massive renewal, rebirth. Oh, the end of a major cycle in your life here. Rebirth. I just keep hearing rebirth. Ace of Swords. There's a new beginning here. For some of you, you might be having to process an actual death or loss in your life. But probably more majority is this transformational energy, letting go of lots of stuff, lots of pain, lots of old, like painful thought form stories, that kind of thing. And then the death is a central energy. So this is like really, really letting go. This is our kind of new start, new perception. I've got to take something somewhere. I've got to really step into this new life now. And there are going to be opportunities coming in for you, and or you're gonna eventually have the energy to move forward. I'm hearing something about wait until after the eclipse to like set intentions. Wait until after, because I feel like the energy of the eclipse is going to stir stuff up, bring stuff up to be worked through and released, firmly laid down on the ground to then make a decision. But making that decision, you might want to even wait until next week to make that really firm decision. Yeah, there's likely some kind of just a reverb or underlying sense of grief and letting go, releasing, again, emotional purging, right? To see some of these cycles more clearly. It's going to require some of your, deep strength and deep sense of self-love. For some of you, I would say it's probably going to be warranted to just lay low. Lay low this week. Just try to be still as much as you can. Find some alone time. There's a lot of singularity energy, whether or not you're partnered, whether or not there's kids, whether or not there's like lots going on. The energy this week for you in that kind of eclipse is to just lay low and process and trust, because these are kind of karmic cycles. These are profound energetic releases, new beginnings in a kind of destined regeneration of yourself. And big energies. Just dig in and trust and have faith and find that inner strength and power, Taurus. You have plenty of it. And yet, within some of the transits and whatnot, there's things happening. There's a Uranus transit through Jupiter that's been happening since, or rather Taurus, that's been happening since 2018. And so there's going to be shakeups and breakups that feel uncomfortable, but are ultimately there to serve an evolutionary growth of our life, of our being. So stay strong, Taurus. You've got this. Okay, Gemini. Let's see what we get. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Gemini lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity for my Geminis. Ooh, okay. Wheel of Fortune. Yet again, there is a shift in empowerment cycle. I'm getting, so there's a bit of energy here. The 9 of Wands reverse next to the High Priestess reverse. What is that? There's something here about so some of the messages are for some of you, you might be really tired and exhausted, and it might be kind of not fracturing completely, but it's almost like you're so tired that you're not sure what those intuitive messages are. And yet the Wheel of Fortune would signal to me this is a karmic cycle. You're gonna get through this sort of hump, as it were, of physical exhaustion, maybe confusion, not feeling very directed, a bit like, oh no, did I make the right choice? Is just confusion, exhaustion, minor burnout vibe, right? And yet I feel like for some of you, there might be a return, a soulmate, a love connection, a very familiar type of connection. It could be an old friend, it could be an old lover. Some of you could be a child. And it's sort of bringing about this empowerment cycle. It could be possibly connected to a distorted feminine aspect, the Queen of Sword reverse. Maybe someone who was manipulative or controlling, manipulation, control. They're not very clear, perhaps. In imbalance, right? So there's a sort of turning of the tides, or a certain up level or releasing or coming around again opportunity to empower yourself through greater love and harmony, and to step into yourself, letting go of past distortions, right? Past, I guess, in a sense, the trauma that impacts us with abusive cycles or generational things, all the ancestral. But it looks like there's these new kind of more empowering karmic connections coming in to empower you, get you through. There could be, even for some of you in business or such things, there could be like an investor or somebody who sees something, who wants to like support a growth. But for some of you, it's almost like connected to nature and power. It's like your ability to crown yourself in your own kingdom and then weave a web of creation. There's something coming through about you're allowed to make whatever you want. And I feel like maybe part of the thing is like wanting to create something really beautiful, and maybe being tired and sort of lacking confidence, but underlying these energies, it's sort of saying there's support coming through for you. You're just going to have to trust this process and know that that support's coming in. Plus, it's like within you, Gemini, like you have the power here. I would say, like, really simply, you're just a bit tired, need to rest, and then trust in the divine flow of things to guide you. Okie doke. Thank you, Gemini. Let's move on to Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising, or anyone who resonates with the energy of Cancer. Divine guidance and loving clarity for all my Cancer folks. Divine guidance and loving clarity for all the Cancer people that stumble across this video. Again, I'm broadcasting now live with the patrons, and we usually endeavor that patrons getting ad-free first access for at least sort of 24 hours. I do a weekly yoga session with the patrons who can come along. At the minute, I'm not doing a replay because I kind of want to protect the sacredness of that call and that kind of unified in the moment experience that we get to share, because I'm very intuitive with the yoga stuff and with the yoga flow. So each lesson is what it is with the group of people who show up. But because we're having a live exchange on Zoom, I feel like offering that replay, it's just not quite landing. So I'll sit with that and trust, and then, but just keep showing up for some weekly flow. Gemini, or no, we're Cancer. We're totally into, I'm like thinking Cancer while my singing voice is saying Gemini. Ooh, Gemini, there's some successful celebratory energy coming in. Page of Swords, getting a message is positive, worth celebrating, coming together with people, feeling recognized, feeling seen, maybe rebalancing things, taking on a new opportunity, a work opportunity could come through. Page of Swords, positive message. Some of you, the message could be regarding a child. There could even be like a proposal, up level in the home life, coming together with somebody, right? Maybe taking a leap in a relationship, moving in together, or something along that line. Energetics, though, here are like your physical life. Taking a new beginning as well might feel worth celebrating for you. Getting a new job, getting a message about some money or financial opportunity, or cutting out like an old cycle, finishing one cycle, being done with it, cutting it out, moving forward. There's definitely, for some of you, stuff going on with the children, and yet it's all looking pretty positive as far as like having some nice celebrations, coming together, and then feeling successful, taking a new beginning. Ace of Pentacles, moving to calmer waters mentally. So I feel like for a lot of you, Cancer, you've been sort of probably working really hard on creating a stable foundation for yourself. Working with a couple close intimates or something like this. And then this new beginning, good positive message coming in, an old story, something that was kind of dying out is closing out. And then it's like, yay, we're celebrating. For some of you, it could be relationship oriented, but this is looking more about just like your energy. You're feeling good, you're feeling successful, right? Positive messages coming in. You're feeling like you're finally moving to calmer waters, and it looks like you're kind of embracing taking a new start in maybe having a new job, or maybe just sort of opening up to like receiving or giving something new with your working life, or how you make money, or the way you receive money, or the way you allow resources into your life. Okie dokie, Cancer, thank you. Let's move on. So we have Leos. And right away, the Leo energy, I am getting a flow about work. Yeah. Sorry, I got tech distracted here. Okay, so work, definitely something about working hard, putting the work in, and feeling possibly a sense of new beginning around the work life. But you're definitely wanting to put the work in, or you have been putting the work in. 8 of Pentacles again. Maybe for some of you, the work, you've been working so hard that you've created, or you've had conflict in your environment. Like you've been working really hard, and so the family life has suffered, as a kind of basic example. And for some of you, you're like, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm going to cut out working so hard, take a bit of a risky new beginning, possibly in a creative project. There could have been actual conflict in the workspace as well for some of you, where you're like, man, I just don't want to do this, or I don't want to deal with these people anymore. Sales, I'm hearing for some of you that are working in sales or that kind of environment, you might just be fed up. Plus, it would look like the working life has disrupted or created a bit of stress or anxiety in the home life, which is why you're like, I can't offer you that much of my time, or I can't do that way. I've got to focus on my family. I've got to redirect my energy. And then there's this new beginning. Ace of Wands. Okay, so there's a new beginning coming in. For now, this week, again, it could be a bit turbulent. You could be kind of focusing on like, is this the right choice? Should I let this thing go? But it looks like you're gonna let something go to then step into a new beginning worth celebrating. 3 of Cups I just saw upright, worth celebrating, new beginning, a fresh start, something that's gonna support more of like the good life, more of what you truly want, not what you thought you maybe wanted at one point in your life. So there is a kind of magical process taking place. There's a greater resilience. You're finding a deeper reserve within you to go, you know what, I am worth more, or I can work differently, or it's like a bit of a kind of, I would almost say like a bit of a spiritual awakening that helps you feel a deeper connection of your own divine source and manifestation power and all that kind of stuff. And it's as you take a new beginning, if this is resonating and you decide to take a new beginning and let something go, trust that you can balance things out, because again, they can always be a bit turbulent making changes, right? Trust in the good friends you have, like your inner circle vibe, like defo trust in that inner circle, because that's a big piece around like sort of taming, resolving, or working through some of that more conflicted energy. It's like leaning into a higher power, having faith in that higher power. El Clasico. Know that you're overcoming the conflict. There is a sense of like a battle being won in your own mind, like finally being able to go, no, I'm not doing it like that. I'm going to do it like this and trust. And then, okay, there might be a bit of emotional upheaval, but you will be able to balance everything out, right? Plus there are those ships. I don't always see the ships in the background, but there's sometimes the sense of, with the 2 of Cups, ships are coming in. You took a leap, trust, there's ships coming in. There's more resources, more things, more people to come in and support. I think as well, there's a feeling here, Leo, of, for some of you anyway, it's like you're wanting to step onto your own 2 feet. As in there's an autonomous energy which makes me think of breaking free from deception. Devil energy is there reversed, but she's reversed. You can't, and she's looking back, but you're like, no, I got this. I don't need that toxicity, or I don't need that sense of support. I don't need a job that makes me feel disconnected from my family. So you're balancing out these new energies, and more than likely, there's going to be new things that do come in for you. Just stay balanced and grounded. Trust in your inner elixir, your strength, your power, right? Yeah. And then I just sort of think there's going to be more energy, more messages. Yeah. Oh, hello. So this card says, trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So that's a big thing of like, it's safe to let go. It's time. If it's just conflict or battle or hard work for very little, you're like, I just can't do it like this. Leo, you're coming through in your own read, right? So it's like you are powerful, and trust in that process. Little bit of a mental like, but then it's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna step into this. I'm gonna let myself feel supported. I'm gonna know that I can get through this stuff and discern the energies afoot, right? I'm gonna leave it there, Leo. Let's move on. Virgo. Yep. Virgo, my Virgo lovers. My Virgo burrito supreme. Virgo lovers. Okie dokie, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Virgs. I have a Virgo moon, so I do res with the Virgo energy. I feel it too. I just think there's a lot of Venus is about to go through Virgo, so there's going to be a bit of an analytical, maybe somewhat sticky process, but hey ho. Divine guidance and living clarity for Virgo. Divine guidance and living clarity for Virgo. So yeah, okay. So for some of you, there's a sense of moving forward with a soulmate connection. I sense maybe some of you have options, but there's these two things are opening up. Okay, things are opening up. I do get a sense for a lot of you, it's a heart-centered vibratory. So healing from grief, healing from painful heart sensations, moving into greater grounded love, familial, supportive, very caring. It could be friend, but with that energy, it could be romantic in as far as partnerships go, Virgo, opening up to greater reciprocity, connection, sense of guidance forward, because this is something that's divine. It's something that really wants you to weigh up those options and, know that the world is yours. And yet there's something, the Chariot is, I believe, the Cancer energy. So now I'm looking down, there's an Ace of Cups reverse, and that's making me think that this is either a love that has been, or maybe unrequited love, or something that's never really flourished or come fully into its manifestation. And yet the Cancer, so there could be a Cancer in your life, or that could be just a sense of this guided energy moving you forward, giving you options. And for some of you, it's like you're dreaming or thinking about the landscape of a really beautiful relationship, love, friends, all that can grow and have the potential that you're feeling into after healing a broken heart, right? After healing a lot of grief and pain. 5 of Cups, I just saw there. Yeah. But it's in the reverse. So this is energy you're overcoming, as in this is energy you've already been through. You've already worked through it, and you're probably maybe a bit raw, maybe a bit sensitive, but you're like, you know what? I got options. I feel guided. I feel supported by spirit, the Chariot energy, or there's someone from your past that you're looking back to going, maybe you could have the world, right, with this person there's more information coming in, and you might get a message as well. So sit tight with it, Virgo. There's more info coming in. There's actually 7 of Pentacle reverse. There's likely to be some manifestations that start landing for you as well. Oh, sit tight. Eclipse portal. So it's we're going to be interesting. All right, Libra, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Libra lovers. Divine guidance and loving clarity for all the Libras. Well, this week is possibly going to be intense. Next few weeks, probably. Next few months. If it's triggering a eclipse portal through your sign, and you have a lot of Libra placements, there's likely to be some pretty shape-shifty energy here, as in your sort of sense of self, your personality might go through some changes, your body. There seems to be an energetic sense of moving forward to heal any wounding around abandonment, rejection, neglect, feeling left out, or like I'm getting black sheep of the family. There's some sort of energetic done. Like we're going to sort this out now. We're sorting this one out. Well, again, you're having that powerful, the world, closing, opening, and ending, beginning, right? A complete cycle, and you're integrating it, right? Hence you're like, and things that are not addressed or dealt with, we're gonna sort this out. You're feeling impassioned to address imbalances for Libra, and for some of you it's connected to past life maybe, or your childhood trauma, and it's all this fiery sense of, I know we're not gonna do it like I'm not gonna feed that energy anymore. I'm not going to let myself feel left out or feel less than or feel unworthy or feel whatever shitty emotion we were programmed to feel or think is the real. You're like, nope, I'm stepping into this world. And you have, it looks to me like you've got the energy, the insight, the power, the passion to go and sort it out, and then step into your world and go, see, you can heal this stuff, but you've got to be action oriented in some sense to heal it. Like putting the work in, finding your strength, finding your inner connection, doing the inner work, doing the self-study. For a lot of you, you're empowering yourselves into this greater sense of autonomy, freedom, magic, creation, beauty, love, and going, look at what I've overcome. Look at what I've been through. And look at what I've healed, right? Like, yeah, it's like, I did all that, but thanks. Now I want to feel better. Now I want better relationships. Now I want to do whatever it is you want to do, right? But you're like, I'm not going to deal with these past energies anymore. I'm not going to let other people take, manipulate, betray, manipulation, whatever darkness, shadows there are. You're like, I see this and I can see my part in it, and I have the power and passion to face it, burn it down, and then continue to be present in my truth and my world. And yeah, I'm hearing something about in my fort or my forte. I'm not sure what that's. Yeah, so there's definitely celebratory energy, and there's this new rising, the sun card. Okay, so the sun's coming in slowly but gently. It's not gonna burn you out. It's not gonna overexcite you, but it's here. So the sun is shining on this new world, going, come on, you've got this. Come on, you can do this. Some of you have probably been through some pretty major transformations, possibly like one after the other, but you have been going within, you have been doing the inner work. And so now you're like, okay, I think I'm ready to finally tear this down. I'm ready to finally not operate from here anymore. I want to just be clear, be done, and really like karmic clearing, supreme. Yeah, that makes sense, right? With the eclipses, it's gonna completely, so be in one sense prepared for some emotional upheavals, but do your best to just process that emotion, let it go, and and trust. This is a kind of really shiny, bright new beginning for you that will feel good, that will feel authentic for who you are now, and the soul's support for the vision that you're becoming and meant to create. Okie dokie. Thank you so much, Libra. Let's move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Scorpio lover. Supreme divine guidance and loving clarity. Divine guidance and loving clarity. Okay, so for some of you, there could be straight up the first kind of initial message feeling was that there could be something going on with the child, that, or a message that comes in that feels imbalancing, that feels like, it's this message has thrown me off of balance. It is a positive message, but it feels limiting. So like an example of a partner is like, I'm pregnant, and there's a part that's like, woo, but then there's like, oh no, how are we going to afford it, or how are we going to move forward with it, or where will we live, or so there it might be a positive message, but it brings up lots of doubt and fear. Yeah, and I mean, for a lot of you, it is connected to love, loving relationship, healing, manifestation. It's like if you are creating something with somebody, it's going through a bit of a change. It's going through like a shift or an up level. But again, as that energy starts to come in, it could feel like things are getting unstable or limited, or like, oh no, I'm being forced into a corner. But there's a sort of greater sense of healing coming through to rise you, maybe even healing some threads of familial pain or childhood pain or past grievances around love, marriage, family, soulmates, right? One's ability to have those healthy, balanced relationships. I am getting a sense of Scorpio just really like do the things that you enjoy. Maybe like, I feel now I'm like, this might just need like this week, right? This eclipse week, it might just need you to kind of do lots of self-love, maybe spend a bit of time on your own and or with cherished loved ones, like, or with one other love connection or a really good friend, or again, just you, yourself and yourself, kind of nooking in to see, like, even if stuff, messages or things are coming through that are like, oh no, but trust. And then there's this love like coming through. I feel like there's a kind of rock and hard place feeling here, but there's that, because the Lovers is here, underlying this sense of restriction is like a beautiful flower garden being born. Yeah, like there's sort of some opportunity to create something really beautiful. I'm curious if how that's resonating, Scorpio. Do let me know. And all of you, when you're here, if you're here and you're wanting to like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know when these resonate with you. I'm always so fascinated with the tarot and how it works with people. So Sagittarius, we're working on Sagittarius now, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Sagittarian lovers. So this is some of you moving, rebalancing some energies. Hmm. I think some of you are dealing with some, like, there's a King of Cups reverse and the King of Pentacles reverse, and then the Hanged Man reverse supporting it. I feel like for some of you, you've had some pretty big revelatory insights, like illumination around, I mean, because it's two kings, this to me would be your paternal lineage, stuff that you inherited from your dad and your dad's dad, or even maybe your mom's dad. But this is pretty heavy duty with the paternal lineage. But I would even say the patriarchy, like that, this ideation we have about this false construct that is like upholding all of our lives, but it's super shitty and oppressive. So you're like, I feel like you've had this movement away from all of that, and you're like constantly rebalancing, and then this next level is having you rebalance and really own your emotional world. And or what you're looking at is maybe more of the subtle distorted energies, whereas like you've healed some aspects of, say, enslavement, or for example, like not having to be strong all the time. You're like, well, that's shit, I'm not going to do that. So you move, you make a move, you do make changes in your life, etc. And you're like, as you're rebalancing things, you're going, oh, like there's more emotional energy that needs healing to then rebalance this and bring this energy into the upright. So for some of you, it's like healing some of the emotional stuff is going to continue to bring around like physical manifestations that help you move on and grow. Healing past stuff, having new beginnings. Some of you like healing addictions or healing a tendency to codependency. Yeah, good stuff. There's going to be waves of luck that come in here too. I think this is nice. I'll leave it there, Sag. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn, divine guidance and loving clarity for my Capricorn. Love, supreme divine guidance and loving clarity for Capricorn. For some of you, you're letting go and or maybe wanting to release a water connection. Knight of Cups. So Knight of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, they're in the reverse. They might be what's causing the burden. Yeah, it's like you're looking at a situation being like, I'm not sure. What's this 10 of Wands reverse though? 10 of Wands reverse. Is there resistance to letting something go maybe? There could be resistance to letting something go and moving forward. Knight of Cups, maybe it's like carrying too much. I feel like you've already suspected it's coming. Tower reverse, like there could be a resistance to some change that's coming in. But I feel like with the Knight of Swords, that's making me feel like it's coming whether you like it or not, though. Like that cut or that change or that I gotta go in this direction is gonna happen. In the meantime, it's almost like, I think but there's a resistance around it. Trusting you've got options, right? And for some of you, it's work related, new beginning in work or how you work or how you generate money. Maybe there's a sense of you reflecting on maybe love connections that were burdensome or didn't work out, and seeing seeing maybe like the interconnectivity of life, how you use your energy and how you use your mind to work, but also to communicate, to manage stress, for example. Like, and I feel like there's like this period of reflection and then a sudden, okay, I've got that now. I can move forward. I can let that go. I can work in this way. I can generate money this way. And I'm just, it's like, because Queen, you're here sitting pretty, like you're looking pretty confident and powerful. You're in your element, right? And yet she's looking at these different energies, discerning like what's working, what isn't, what needs to stay, what needs to go. So there's some sort of analytical processing going on. And it looks like there could be some new beginnings in the working life and potential releases in a romantic connection and or release around how you interact maybe in romantic. And maybe for some of you in this sense, it could be that you take action differently with regards to love and energy. You move forward or communicate. That's a big one. You communicate differently. It's almost like the way somehow you're like, you know what, the way I'm communicating isn't working in the love department or isn't working in my energy flow. So I'm going to see this new beginning and then translate it to different areas of life and then move forward and just communicate more clearly. It's kind of simple. Okay. Thank you, Capricorn. Let's move on. Aquarius, divine guidance and love and clarity. Divine guidance and love and clarity for all the Aquarian lovers. I did, yeah, this is so funny. Aquarian lovers. Okay, so it looks like there's more balance coming in, and this is in a loving connection, sort of a matchy vibe. Ooh, but there could be something going on in this dynamic that seems to be causing you or the other person just a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress. Let's see what other energies come through. Ooh, there could be somebody Three's Company. But I think this is maybe someone that you've probably released or the other person is released. And this feels more like you for some reason, but like it's almost like you're just having to turn back on lack of clarity or lack of clarity, thus confusion, energies that confuse you, people that come in that confuse you, things that are confusing. You're just like, I'm good. I don't need that confusing energy, so I'm just gonna take a new beginning. And that new beginning for some of you, there's a love connection, a friend, a companion type of avatar, and you're like, hey, and then you focus on that, and then the other falls away, as in the confusion, the lack of clarity, so you're suddenly turning your back and getting really grounded. And then that serves both parties for this new start, new beginning. Yes, finally coming out of a Hanged Man energy, right? Finally feeling like, okay, now we can move forward. Oh Lord, yeah, it's like there's chaos and confusion and conflict and and let's go here instead. I think there's fewer people involved, which in and of itself can create less confusion, Aquarius. But yeah, there's still plenty of fun to be had. Okay, plenty of fun to be had, but not dealing with the people that seem to create conflict and confusion and lack of clarity and just fucking anxiety and turbulence and pettiness. And you're like, I'm just going to focus on the people that feel really clear, really good. And go from there and have fun from there. Yeah, we'll leave it there. That's good. Yeah. For some of you, there's a move as well. Some of you might maybe buy a car. Or there could be getting keys to something new as well. Okie dokie, my glorious Pisces. Let's go. Divine guidance and loving clarity for Pisces. Divine guidance and loving clarity for the Pisces lovers. Ooh, I knew. So this Five of Wands popped out. Those are always to me signaling like this is the kind of central energy. You obviously eclipse energy, what have you. There's some conflict. The message from this energy for some of you was definitely about a divorce. And then the clarifying card was Hierophant. So I'm like, ooh, there's substantial fighting and battling, back and forth conflict going on. And for some of you, it's a relationship. For some of you, it's likely a marriage, because Hierophant and the intuition gave me this is a battle. This is a divorce battle. This is who gets what and when and how. And you're both having to go to this legal authority, court, judge, whatever, to mediate the situation to help you guys decide who, where and how, and etc. Sorry, Pisces. As in, like some of you might be feeling really shit and left out and like, and hearing like, what was the point of any of that? For some of you, this was a codependent dynamic. There was an underlying toxicity. Don't blame yourself. As we have to find the compassion, find the forgiveness, regardless of who done it, regardless of who did what or why it didn't work out or why we fought too much or whatever. But for some of you, yeah, you're feeling all these fives. I keep looking down for clarity. It's like Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords now. So you're just in this like true, big change, big turbulence, I got to deal with this and move on. I got to deal with this and move on. I've got to overcome this. I've got to overcome that. It's like overcoming unworthiness, overcoming mental conflict, overcoming energetic conflicted energy that comes up in anxiety, or like those petty, I say petty conflict because from a deeper spiritual perspective, anytime us humans are like fighting over who gets what or there's a pettiness to that. There's an egoic attachment to status or money or possessions that is a separation projection that gets us nowhere fundamentally. Like deeper down, we want to release the attachment to the stuff and see the battling energy as sort of karmic purges that can help us evolve, so that stuff and things doesn't distract us from what's really important, from what's really true to us. And yet also acknowledging, loving, and accepting that some people are wanting to choose to be in the battle, or they don't want to see it from a different point of view, or we're not going to resolve that situation, right? Yep. Ugh. So it's definitely, for some of you, it could be like your parents are getting divorced and the whole family is just like at each other's throat. Or it's something that you've been going through, have gone through, and it's the kind of final battles of the who gets what and where do we go from here, and where do the kids go, and those final cruxy moments that need mediation or need counsel or need lawyers to help us come to a resolution. For some reason now I'm getting a strong sense that for a lot of you, this is likely your parents going through divorce. But then of course there'll be some of you, it's you and your partner are not bringing out the best in each other. It's not cracked up. But then again, on a karmic level, both of you will receive the keys of the healing. You're both, it's like, these things are bittersweet because there was a time where this was just the perfect match and the perfect union. They're both pentacles, and they're both now reverse, looking away from each other. So it's almost like it was never destined to maybe go the distance. This conflict was meant to be here, meant to come up, and meant to release these people from one another, because the energetic stew was that you got to that point of creation where you're no longer serving one another. You're no longer able to reflect each other in the highest regard. And so it's best to separate, go your own ways, and evolve. Take the key back for yourself, let him or her take the key back for himself or herself, and move forward with those keys to unlock the next phase of your life. I'm hearing a message, those of you who this is regarding a divorce, and trust that the children will be okay. You know, like on some cosmic level, we all be choosing, which means these beautiful souls that come through us, they're choosing us too. You know, like they're having their choice point as well. Again, it's just having enough awareness to keep coming back to love. Yeah. Yeah, so for a lot of you, this is a deep cellular healing. I literally just got like cellular goosebumps everywhere. Physical and emotional healing here. Oh, the portals, the laugh, what is any of it? I hope that this was enjoyable for you guys. I really appreciate all of you. This community is beautiful, and I'll keep doing my best to keep delivering the videos and to show up for all of you, because I appreciate you. And yeah, just keep praying, hoping, believing, visioning that the world, you know, is as loving as possible. Hala Shazam. Big virtual hugs for everyone. I look forward to seeing you next week and or later today, tomorrow for the dailies. And soon we'll be getting into our monthly readings for November. That's right, November 2023, you guys. It's happening. Life is just happening. I wish you peace and love. I'll see you all real soon. Take care.